Welcome to another lesson from our free wholesaling course brought to you by DisruptorsU.com. Today we're going to be answering the question of whether you need to be a licensed realtor to wholesale or not.
Disruptors. Yeah, see, we real estate disruptors.
One of the questions I get a lot is whether you need to be a licensed realtor to actually wholesale real estate. And I think it's kind of funny because the questions that when I get this question, I don't think people realize my actual background. I was a licensed realtor for many, many years before I started wholesaling. And I am still a licensed realtor. As a matter of fact, I'm not just a licensed realtor, I'm an actual designated broker. So I'm responsible, right? I am held to a higher standard in the real estate industry than a regular realtor. And so with our brokerage, we actually have about 100 realtors in the city of Phoenix, where I know we're super competitive on the wholesaling side. We're also super competitive on the realtor side. So to answer your question, do you need to be a licensed realtor? You don't need to be a licensed realtor. You can totally do this without being a realtor. The reason why it's important to me to have my actual license is because I think you can offer more tools. You can offer more options. You don't have to go in there, with only one tool. You look at, there's an adage, if the only tool you have in your tool belt is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And so when we go in there, for the longest time, we offered two options. We offered wholesale, which is cash, or we offer listing. Now, we offer even more options. We offer cash, we offer listing, we'll offer novation, we'll offer creative. And so really the important thing here is you want to be as equipped as possible to provide as many solutions as possible so that you can help the homeowner. I'll hear from people the reasons why you don't want to get your real estate license. And the reasons why is because you're going to be held to a higher standard. And the higher standard really is the standard of disclosure. I've been doing this for a very long time. I was started as a realtor in 2007, and I started wholesaling around 2011, 2012, right? Been doing it for a very, very long time. And only once has being licensed ever gotten me into trouble. And that one time I got into trouble really was only because it wasn't because I was a realtor, it's because I was a broker. And so they said that the responsibility as a broker had even more responsibility than a realtor. So to those that are saying that, this can hold you back, I've been sued once ever as a wholesaler because I was licensed. And in that time that I got sued, it wasn't by the homeowner. It was by another realtor. And in that process of being sued, I won anyway. And so that risk, the higher standard, is irrelevant. Let me walk through real quick that time I got sued. I got sued for tortious interference. This was a pay-per-click lead. Someone actually reached out to me on my website. I reached out to them, booked the appointment, went there, I want to say that afternoon. And when I went out there, before going out there, I saw that it was actively listed in MLS. So when I got out there, I said, hey, what's your realtor saying about this? And they said, oh, we already canceled it. The realtor hasn't canceled the MLS yet, but we already canceled it. I said, okay, that makes sense to me. Should I have done my due diligence? Yes, right? And so I was negligent in not making sure it was canceled. Then, the day of close, I called her again. I said, hey, we're about to close, but it still says act in MLS. She says, yeah, I don't know what my realtor is doing. It's canceled, I assure you. I was like, all right. And she said, I have it in writing that's canceled. I said, all right, that works for me. We buy it. And right after we buy it, the realtor calls me and says that I owe her a commission. No, you have a canceled listing. And so when she said that the listing was canceled, she said it was canceled so long as the seller paid her $400. So she sued me for the full commission, 6% of, I want to say, about $300,000. And we went all the way to the very end, I want to say over the course of a year and a half through court, and I won. Now, with that being said, what I won was I didn't have to pay that agent $14,000, but it cost me $18,000 in attorney's fees. So I won, but the attorneys won a whole lot more. But this is a really long way of saying that I didn't get in trouble from the homeowner for being a licensed realtor. And if I was just a realtor, I might not even gotten in trouble with the other realtor. But because I was a licensed real estate broker, I was held to a higher standard, even more than a realtor. So the argument that being a realtor will get you in more trouble, I do not believe holds water. And you should not allow that to limit you. Now, what are the reasons to become licensed? Now, we already talked about you can offer more options to the homeowner. But let's say you got someone that's in another state. You could refer that distressed homeowner to another wholesaler in another state and hope that they'll pay you. Or because you're a licensed realtor, you can call another realtor and refer it out as a listing. And once that closes, you get 25% referral fee guaranteed, right? If they don't pay you a referral fee, you can actually pursue them for the commission because they're a licensed realtor. But if you send it to another wholesaler on Facebook and they don't pay you, you don't even know whether you're closed or not. And if they don't pay you, who are you going to call? Who are you going to complain to? So the reasons for becoming licensed: A, you offer more tools to the homeowner. And B, you can legally get paid a referral fee, with emphasis on legally. I recognize there are roundabout ways of monetizing these leads. I don't recommend it. I personally prefer to stay out of prison. It's personal preference. You can do whatever you want to do. And I'm coming to you, sharing this to you as a very high risk tolerant person. I'm willing to take lots of risks, but if the downside of the risk is going to prison, I'm not going to do it, which is what can happen if you're getting paid a referral fee as a wholesaler. And lastly, I get this question a lot: is, well, if you're licensed, then how do you present it? Do you go in there and push both angles? Do you start with a listing and then defer to cash? Do you start with cash and defer to listing? Really, what we're doing when we approach the homeowner, we come in with a blank slate. We don't pretend to know what's going on in their world. So we'll go in there and figure out what's going on in their world. Figure out what pain they're in, what the situation is, and then, like a doctor, prescribe the best outcome for them. So if you talk to somebody after 5, 10, 15 minutes, say, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, it sounds like you're trying to get the most amount of money for your home. And they say, well, yeah, it does. Say, hey, that makes sense to me. Can I show you how we can do that? Or after 5, 15 minutes, boy, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, it sounds like you need to get this wrapped up really fast. They said, yeah, that's why we asked you over here. Makes sense to me. What we can do, and then you show them how a cash offer benefits them. So come in with a blank slate, come in with a servant's heart, and you can prescribe, because you have more tools in your tool belt, the best outcome for them.
Disruptors. Yeah, see, we real estate disruptors.